Hello everyone, I'm Professor Tucker and I hope that the first steps, literal and figurative, are successful towards the finish line of your Sunlump Cape Town Marathon. Because you're in the process of just starting out, one of the most important things you have to think about in these initial stages is your choice of shoe. Your shoe is literally going to be your closest companion on your journey. It's there literally every step of the way, and you need to make sure you're in a shoe that's going to get you to the finish line comfortable and uninjured. And quite how you make that decision can be difficult because you'll walk into a shop with dozens of different options, so many different technologies that they're pitching to you, and you have to make a choice. And that can be challenging, and I wanted to share with you one or two tips around how to get that right. Now, the first thing I want to say is that if you're watching this and you have a shoe that you are happy with, you've been running and you haven't had an injury in that shoe, then you could actually ignore everything I'm about to say because you've found what works for you and therefore don't change it. Nothing is broken, why fix it? If you are watching this and you're looking to buy either a new shoe or a first-time shoe, then let's talk about what it is that you look for in that shoe. Now, as I say, there's so many different technologies and selling points for different companies, but I want to try and distill it down to the very simple concept of comfort. If you try a shoe on and it's not 100% comfortable as you walk around in the store, then I guarantee you that is going to cause problems in the 42nd kilometer of a marathon. Whilst you can never fully know if a shoe is going to be comfortable, you can know if it's going to be uncomfortable, and that's based on your initial impressions of that shoe. So what is comfort? Comfort is lots of different things. It includes sizing and support, but I want to talk about those two separately. But generally, if you put a shoe on, feel what it's like to walk in, and then ask the store managers if you can run in the shoe as well, because there's often a difference between what a shoe feels like walking speed as opposed to your running speed. The first thing you'll notice is the degree of cushioning. The shoe will feel either too soft, too hard, or just right. And obviously that's what you want, is a shoe that's soft enough to help cushion impacts, but not so soft that it feels unstable. If you're walking around in a shoe and it feels like you're on one of those foam mats at the gym, that's probably too soft for you, because when you get tired, your muscles and tendons will have to work extra hard to try and create stability. On the other hand, if a shoe's too stiff and too hard, then it's going to get uncomfortable and hurt your foot after the 10th K, never mind the 40th kilometer of your marathon. So go for cushioning that feels just right for you in the beginning. The next tip I'd give you is don't only walk and run in a straight line. Change direction. Sometimes you'll find that the upper of the shoe, the material on the top part, is a little bit too elastic and too soft. Other times you'll find it's too stiff. But until you try and change direction and run around corners, you won't necessarily know that. So do those two things: walk, run, and go around corners in order to get a good idea of exactly whether the shoe's comfortable enough for you. The next point is support. Now, a lot of shoes are made to provide support, especially on the inside or the medial side of the shoe. Some of you will need that, some of you won't. Again, you should be able to feel that when you put the shoe on. If you feel that the shoe is pushing you too far towards the outside, there's too much built-up support. If you feel that you're collapsing inwards, then there's not enough. And so again, you've got to find exactly the right balance so that you get optimal support in the shoe. Don't worry about things like overpronation and underpronation and supination. These are technical terms which pretty much you can feel as comfort. And then the third and final thing is the sizing of the shoe. And that applies to two dimensions, the length and the width. And so in terms of length, you want to leave enough space at the front of the shoe so that your foot can move. If it's too big, you slide in and out of the front of the shoe, and that can cause bloody toenails and blisters. And if it's too small, then the same thing happens. You bump up against the front of the shoe, and that's going to hurt your toes and your feet. With respect to width, especially can be challenging for women because they tend to have wider feet. And so look at half a size too large. Don't go smaller, and try to avoid men's shoes that tend to be narrow. But again, you'll feel that when you put the shoe on because you'll feel pressure coming from the sides if it's too narrow a shoe for you. Sometimes it works to buy a size slightly large or small and then change the lacing, but I encourage you not to do that because the moment you underlace or overlace a shoe, you change the tension on the upper, and that can cause a different set of problems. So try the shoe on. If it doesn't feel absolutely the right size in the store, then it's probably not going to be good for you once your feet are hot and a little bit sweaty and you've run, say, 25K of a marathon. So to sum up, Comfort, 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 support, and sizing. And if you walk around and run in that shoe at the shop and it feels absolutely right, then trust your instinct, trust your feel, go for it. And once you find something that works, you stick with it. Good luck.
Hi, my name is Caitlin. I'm from Adidas, and today we're going to be speaking about footwear that you can use for your marathon, training, or running. Today we're going to be starting off with the Ultra Boost. The Ultra Boost uses Boost Light in the midsole for energy return and responsiveness. It has high comfort levels and it's designed to get you all the way to the end of the marathon feeling good and comfortable. The next shoe we're going to be speaking about is the Solar Control. The Solar Control is designed for stability and it's built up medially to support you when your foot rolls inwards and outwards. We have a nice breathable upper and it also uses the Boost midsole. We have a continental outsole to provide nice traction on the road. This shoe will take you from your training runs to your race day with support and stability. The next shoe we're going to be speaking about is the Solar Glide 6. The Solar Glide 6 is designed for stability, but for a neutral runner. So if you're looking for a shoe that's a neutral shoe, but still provides that little bit of stability, this is the shoe for you. It has a nice breathable upper, also using the Boost midsole for that nice energy return and comfort. And we have the Continental outsole for the traction on the road and durability. This shoe will take you again from your training run to your race day with support and comfort. Next, we'll be moving on to our Adizero range. This range is designed to be fast and lightweight and to help you get from your training into your race and maybe even set a PB. We're going to start off with the Adizero SL. This is your daily trainer and it's a nice starting shoe if you're wanting to get into faster running. It has a nice breathable upper and uses Light Strike and Light Strike Pro in the midfoot. This is designed to be super lightweight and comfortable and it will get you from your training runs into race day. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Adizero Boston 12. This is a shoe that's designed for training for racing. So it's your fast training runs. It has a super breathable upper for those faster runs, a combination of Light Strike Pro and Light Strike, as well as glass fiber rods in the midsole. It also has Continental on the outsole for that nice traction, as well as comfort on the road. This is the shoe that you would use for doing your fast training runs, as well as race day. Next up, we have the Adizero Adios Pro 3. This shoe is a world record breaker. Whether you are going for a world record or just trying to get your PB, this is the shoe for you. It has a Sailor Mesh upper for breathability. We use Light Strike Pro in the midsole, as well as carbon fiber rods. This shoe is super lightweight and it will get you your PB on race day.